episode of the New Heights adventure blog. Today's adventure, we're going to be going up to the grassy headland looking for an abseil site for some groups that will be coming up, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my history of where I got into youth work and different adventures I've been on, some of my highlights and some of my lowest lows. So let's go. So welcome to our home / bus studio where we're going to do our interviews with all our guests coming up. But firstly, I'll tell you a bit about my story. So a little bit about myself. Finished school, went into uni, studied nursing, and studied for 4 years of a 3-year course and still didn't pass it. Sort of dropped out of that to pursue a drift racing sort of career, which went pretty well, and moved up to Brisbane and started a driving school as well. And basically the driving school took a while to take off. Didn't have any clients when it first started, so I spent pretty much every day down at the skate park hanging out with these sort of little Darrow kids. They were teaching me how to skate pretty much. And yeah, I remember one day down there, there's probably a 14 or 15 year old girl saying, "I'm not a whore, I'm a slut." And I thought, that's a weird sort of sense of identity that she had, and thought, yeah, that's not really very good for a 14-year-old to have that sort of view of herself. So that made me start thinking. I thought, I should start a like a mentoring program with my drift car and get these kids and I actually write up a little program on how to mentor these kids to build a race car. And yeah, and I had a friend who was into youth work, so pretty much gave him my sponsorship proposal and said, can you give this to your company that you work for and see if they can somehow support my idea of a mentoring program. And he actually just said to me, they're actually hiring for workers at the moment. So I quickly done up a resume, sent it in, and then that week got an interview, and the next week got the job. And so sort of went into done residential care for about 2.5 years. Probably around the same time as that, a friend of mine, Aaron and Haydos, told me this story how they went to climb Mount Cook in New Zealand and had no experience, just bought all the gear, bought a textbook, Freedom of the Hills, to try and learn how to use all this gear they just bought, and basically lost their ropes, crossing crevasses and snow bridges unroped and dodging rock falls and pretty much nearly dying, spending 24 hours up on the mountain. And I was like, that's a pretty cool story, especially Aaron's storytelling skill that got me pretty excited. I was like, next time you guys go, I'm definitely coming as well, because let's plan another trip. And so basically we planned a trip to climb up Mount Aspiring, and at the end of that year, and that turned out to be pretty epic. We managed to get to the summit of Mount Aspiring via the Southwest Ridge, which is a bit more of the technical route up, and somehow fluked our way up, perfect conditions, but it was blowing a gale at the top. But on the way down, had a bit of a run-in with a mountain guide and his client there, and Aaron, my mate Aaron, his ice axe fell out of his backpack and nearly hit the mountain guide, which didn't go down too well. And my other mate Haydos, he somehow got his ropes tangled in all the wind and ended up abseiling off the end of his rope, which is not a good thing to do in the mountains. And somehow didn't fall too far, just landed on some soft snow luckily and managed to not get injured at all. And then when I come down, the mountain guide just ripped into me and told us we shouldn't be up there, and we were pretty embarrassed, and we got a good serving, deservedly so. And so we were like, sorry mate, and we just took off out of there. And then all the clouds came in, couldn't see a thing, couldn't distinguish the glacier to the sky, everything was just white. And at this point, my hip flexor started to go, so I actually had a sling around my foot. I had to lift my leg up every step, and didn't have a GPS, couldn't see anything to navigate, so we ended up doing circles on this glacier for about another 20 hours without any food, no water. yeah, and kind of getting a bit delirious. So yeah, eventually got down, and yeah, it was a pretty crazy experience. And what was interesting, the next day I met the mountain guide there, and at the hut, and he basically told us that first that we were stupid, and then secondly he said our risk was way up here and our skill level was way down here, and that we really need to bring that our risk level down to match our skill level, and then slowly bring it up together. And so I thought that was pretty good advice. And the other thing I discovered, that no matter how much of a hard day you're having, whether it's in youth work or stuck in traffic or anything like that, yeah, every time I had a bad day I'd just say, well, at least I'm not up on Mount Aspiring again, because it sort of puts your life back into perspective a bit. And yeah, that was a pretty good adventure, and you'd think it would sort of turn me off it, but it really got me actually more fired up for going on adventures. So alright, let's go find some cliffs. Yeah, so back to the youth work story. After a couple of years of residential care, I ended up moving over to the outreach side of the organisation, doing a lot more outdoor adventure stuff, and now that it was my hobby, I got to do my mentoring through my hobby, and that worked out really cool. Wasn't always easy though, had lots of ups and downs as far as like good moments and bad moments. Probably most of them are bad moments, lots of hard fighting battles with kids, and yeah, not really getting anywhere. Probably one of my highlights though was taking a young kid who was having some issues with his family and in a bit of a crisis situation, and he wanted to hurt himself and his family, and so I suggested that I'd take him out hiking for 3 days. And so we went up Mount Barney, and yeah, it was really awesome seeing him go through like the struggle of going up this mountain and not thinking he could do it, but actually persevering and pushing through and getting to the top. And yeah, and then seeing how excited he was and how like literally a mountaintop experience he had on that he got through that, and then being able to like talk to him over the next couple of days after that about if he can get through that situation and get through these sort of issues at home, and yeah, through perseverance and just sticking in there and that sort of thing. And yeah, it seemed to make a big difference to him. So that was one of my highlights. Well, looks like we found him. So I think there's some carrot bullets at the top. Not 100% sure, but we'll go up top, have a look and see if we can find our way down. That's not there. Well, my wife slash camera woman has just injured herself.
Oh, cut my foot.
Yeah, well, that's why.
Gotta wear shoes.
That's why you gotta wear shoes, even when it's hot. But she'll be right. Good thing I got my first aid kit. Not that it's a very bad cut, but I'll let Michaela fix herself up while I fix up the ropes. The tough job of camera womaning. But meanwhile, it's a pretty awesome, nice cool breeze, nice awesome spot. The adventure will continue. We found one bolt. Bit of a dodgy little thing, but looks solid. So we'll back it up with the hollow dentistry. And we've got some boulders in there, so it'll be good. Yeah, probably one of my low points of the youth work was started off really good. This young Aboriginal kid, usually he wouldn't ever come out to outreach, and the only way you'd ever get him out somewhere is to like kind of bribe him with McDonald's. And eventually management told us that we had to stop buying McDonald's because it didn't look too good. But then eventually this kid, I'd offer him like pizza or any other sort of food, but he'd only eat McDonald's, and eventually he started coming out on some adventures, and we done a bunch of the Glasshouse Mountains with him, and climbed up Mount Maroon with him. And he seemed to really enjoy the outdoor stuff. And then one time we had like this group activity where we had all the transiers out and in a bit of a circle and making like pizzas with like vegetables and stuff in the transiers. And he didn't really want to get involved at first, but eventually he did because it was outdoors and he was sort of getting to light up this little stove and that sort of thing. And then when he started tasting it, he thought, oh, this is awesome, and started making it for the rest of the group and started saying how much he wanted to keep coming to all these programs and how excited he was. And so I thought, this is awesome, we're making really good progress with him. But then the next week, the child safety thought that had good progress as well and sort of dropped his case. And that same weekend he went out and got up to all sorts of trouble and trashed his mum's house and just made a mess of things, and he got kicked out of home and is on the street again. And for the next couple of weeks we couldn't actually do anything with him, couldn't go and see him with outreach because he wasn't one of our clients anymore. So it was a real downer, I guess, to seeing really good progress and then suddenly seeing it crash and burn because just due to funding and not being able to work with certain kids for the money. So that was pretty hard. So that's a pretty good abseil. It's a perfect little landing area and it's going to be perfect for the kids. So pack it up and we'll head back to the house, / the bus. See you there. Well, we've made it back to the bus. Hope you've enjoyed our little adventure today. Next week we'll have a special guest, and every week from then on we'll have a new guest join us. So we'll get to follow their story and some of their highlights and their low points and what they learned from their outdoor adventures. Cool, so basically this adventure blog is hopefully not only to inspire you guys to do your own adventures, and also to provide some cool tips from our guests and some of their wisdom that they've learned along the way in their outdoor adventures as well as their youth work. And thirdly is to promote our New Heights Youth Outreach program that we're starting in February, in a few weeks' time, which is basically an adventure-based mentoring program for all the at-risk kids in Torquay, where we aim to get at least 15 kids by the end of the year. So go onto our website, newheightsoutdoorministries.com.au or nhom.com.au, and there you'll find all the information about our outreach program. And if you want to donate to it or volunteer for it, you'll have all the information there as well that you need. And before we go, we've just got a nice brand new day pack / hydration pack for everyone that shares this video. Well, not everyone, but everyone that does share it will go into the draw to win this brand new backpack, which we'll announce the winner in our next episode, which will be next week. So subscribe to our channel and share our video, and we'll see you next week with our special guest, where we will journey into life's classroom adventure.
Woo!